Did you know that there are more international borders on Earth than days in a year? Each line on the map tells an interesting story. But some borders aren't content with just dividing land. They carve through waters, slice through mountains, and even leave entire towns trapped in oblivion. Today, we're going on a global expedition to witness the weirdest, wackiest, and downright bizarre boundary lines that make you question, where does one country end and another begin? This is no ordinary geography lesson. Forget about the straight lines and neat rectangles on a map. We're talking zigzags that defy logic, borders so porous they're practically invisible, and dividing lines so convoluted they make a family tree look simple. So prepare yourself and let's take off. Chapter number 1. Slovakia, Austria, Hungary border. First up, we are going to Europe to show you this amazingly unique international border. Yes, this picnic table is an international border. This extraordinary spot lies in the heart of Europe, where the borders of Austria, Slovakia, and Hungary converge, a triangular picnic table marking the tripoint of these three nations. This unconventional place offers an unparalleled experience, the chance to literally straddle the boundaries of three countries at the same time. Imagine having lunch on this picnic table, savoring your meal as your friends asks you to scoot over into, literally, another country. This unique spot is not without its guards. As you partake in this culinary adventure, be prepared for an audience of sorts. The watchful eyes of the respective countries' border guards will be upon you, ensuring that the delicate balance of this international crossroads remains undisturbed. The picnic table at the tripoint of Austria, Slovakia, and Hungary can momentarily blur the boundaries between nations, offering a taste of transnational unity. Chapter number 2. Peñón de Vélez, de la Gomera, Spain. Nestled on the coast of Morocco, just a stone's throw from the African mainland, lies a tiny Spanish gem, Peñón de Vélez de la Gomera. Blink, and you might miss it. It's Spain's smallest territory, with a population of just 60 resilient Spanish soldiers. This is a border so short, it's almost like a quick stroll. The border between Peñón de Vélez de la Gomera and Morocco spans a mere 86 meters. Picture a fence, a gate, and vigilant Spanish soldiers keeping watch. It's a remnant of history dating back to the 15th century, a time when Spanish presence echoed through North Africa. But this tiny exclave isn't just a quaint piece of history, it's a geopolitical hotspot. The strategic location has fueled tension between Spain and Morocco for centuries. Morocco claims it as its own, but Spain stands firm, refusing to yield. And with the Mediterranean waters as a witness, Spanish and Moroccan naval vessels keep a watchful eye. Surprisingly, in recent years, Peñón de Vélez de la Gomera has become more than a historic footnote. It's a destination for intrepid tourists seeking a glimpse into its unique past. Chapter number 3. San Marino, Italy. Now this is not your usual border. No towering walls or intense security checks. Just a mix of stones and fences, casually marking the spot where these two countries do their neighborly thing. San Marino and Italy. Now meet the star of the show, the Dogana border crossing. It's on the main road between Rimini and Florence, but it's not your average checkpoint. Open 24/7, and if you're an EU citizen, no need to dig out that passport. It's as easy as a casual stroll across the street. The summers are busy. Tourists roll in for a taste of San Marino's medieval coolness and the sweet scenery. So whether you're into history, culture, or just good vibes, San Marino's got it all. Chapter number 4. Nepal, China. If you are afraid of heights, you might want to skip this one. We're talking altitudes that'll make your GPS think it's on vacation, over 5,000 meters high. This border isn't just marked by some fence posts, but mountain peaks that touch the sky. Yup, Mount Everest, the big boss of all mountains, stands proud, making this border a real-life altitude adventure. But it's not just Everest stealing the spotlight. Rivers and glaciers do a delicate dance, marking the Nepal China border like a natural masterpiece. The Nepal China border stretches about 1,414 kilometers, and it's like a three-act play. The western section, the ultimate challenge. It's like the obstacle course of borders, cutting through some of the highest and toughest terrain on the planet. The central section, and it's still remote, but a bit more approachable. Finally, the eastern section. This is where trade and travel between Nepal and China get their groove on. It's like the busy corner of this mountainous neighborhood. So there you have it, the Nepal-China border. It's not just lines on a map, it's a high-altitude drama where nature takes the lead and humans find a way to dance along. Chapter number 5, Haiti, Dominican Republic. Now let's talk about a border that's not just lines on a map, but a story of challenges, the border between Haiti and the Dominican Republic. It is a series of fences and gates trying to define a divide, but it's not that simple. This border is like a thread woven through a fabric of complexities, where lines blur and crossing happens, often illegally. Here's the truth, the border region isn't an easy place. Poverty, violence, and crime cast long shadows. It's a tough neighborhood where survival is a daily struggle. One key factor behind the illegal crossings is the economic gap between the two countries. Haiti, grappling with being one of the poorest in the world, shares a border with the Dominican Republic, a relatively prosperous country. This economic gap becomes a driving force. Many Haitians, seeking better opportunities, take a chance, attempting to cross the border in pursuit of a brighter future. It's not just about crossing lines, it's about crossing worlds in hope of a better future. Chapter number 6, DMZ. Alright folks, let's dive into a place that's more than just a line on the map. The Demilitarized Zone, or as we'll call it, the DMZ, standing tall between North and South Korea. A 250-kilometer-long stretch that's not just a border, but a fortress. The DMZ is heavily fortified with armies and military installations on both sides. It's like a tense standoff, where the echoes of the Korean War still resonate. And here's the real talk, it's one of the most dangerous borders out there. Skirmishes and incidents of violence aren't just tales of the past, they're part of the DMZ's unsettling present. Back in 1953, when the Korean War took a breather, the DMZ came into existence. It's a 4-kilometer wide buffer at its narrowest, stretching a whopping 250 kilometers. 3 sections make up this standoff space: the Joint Security Area, the Northern Limit Line, and the Southern Limit Line. But let's zoom in on the JASA, a 1-kilometer wide strip where North and South Korean troops go face to face. This is the Panmunjom Joint Security Area, an important space where talks and negotiations happen, the bridge between divided worlds. The DMZ is more than just a border. It's a living piece of history, a symbol of division, and hopefully, a potential bridge to peace. And with that, our journey comes to end. We hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe our channel for amazing content and updates.